Biodiversity is all about the variability and the richness of our natural resources, whether it's species, genes or ecosystems. Now, in the context of food and agriculture, of course, that means the variety of kinds of crops we can grow, the variety of forms of livestock breeds, the variety of fish that are in the sea. And that variety provides us primarily with resilience, with the ability to grow things in different places and in different conditions, the ability to respond to change in our environment, whether it be because of climate, because of rainfall change or drought, meaning that we're not relying on a single kind of crop or livestock or food, which could be challenged by those kind of changes, but it gives us a diversity which allows us to see off those changes, to hopefully continue to produce things when change comes, and that's a critical part of biodiversity within the food and agriculture system. Also, in terms of wild nature, the diversity that exists there, that can support a range of services which underpin the continued provision of food security through agriculture and fisheries. And that includes the provision of habitats within which things can grow. It includes the control of erosion of soils, for instance. Forests are particularly important for that. The control and provision of fresh water and nutrient cycling. And of course, in the context of crops, of agriculture, the critical importance of pollinators, wild pollinators. If we look at the crops we grow, we're increasingly reliant on wild pollinated agricultural crops, and it's often our wild spaces and our wild species that help deliver that kind of thing, which has huge economic significance for our agriculture. Of course, beyond that, biodiversity, wild species can provide problems for agriculture, pests and diseases, for instance, but it also provides controls for those kinds of things, species that will predate on other species that could cause us problems. These are all ecosystem services. These are all benefits we receive from nature and from our ecosystems that support our food production and our food security, and which are particularly important for smallholders that are perhaps even more reliant on nature because of the lack of inputs that they can potentially put in themselves. It's more sustainable that way, of course, as well.